Okay, gang, so I'm back from Dan Kennedy's big event in Cleveland, Ohio, and we had about 200 business owners in the room, and I want to share with you a few of the things I noted and also the key points that I learned. So today we're just going to cover one of those key points, and this actually came from a lunch. There's an orthodontist who was in the room who's one of Dan Kennedy's top students and top marketers. This guy is extremely sharp, and his name is Dr. Dustin Burleson, and he's has an orthodontist practice in Kansas City, Missouri. They've had tremendous growth, and he's really intelligent in terms of how he goes about marketing his orthodontist practice. So I ended up, I knew who he was before I went there. We had spoken on the phone and via email. We're in the same mastermind group as well with Dave D at GKIC. So when I got there, I introduced myself live and offered to buy he and his marketing manager lunch. And I went in with my yellow pad just like this, and scribbled a ton of notes down and had my 17 questions or whatever it was. And he is amazing. Dr. Burleson is an amazing resource of information. So the one thing that we hit on really hard was a principle called Mavens. So Mavens is a coined term, or term that was coined in the book The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. I believe it was a New York Times bestseller. You can look at it, look for it on Amazon or iBooks. I don't have a live copy of it. I read it on iBooks, but a Maven is a person who refers you a ton of business, and it's a person who other people listen to. So I'm sure in your private practice you run across patients or physicians who say, yeah, I've referred a lot of people to you, and you're like looking at your referral tracker from the past year, and they haven't referred anybody that's made it through the door or called you. So one, either they're lying, or two, they're really not a person. They're not a Maven. They're not somebody who other people listen to. So that being said, I said, do you ever go through and just track where most of your referrals come from? And he, nailed it in 10 seconds, and he said, yeah, they're all very similar, and they're predominantly female. They're almost always married. They or their husband or their family owns a small business. So, and I just found that really intriguing. So why would a small business owner refer other people? It's because they're going to appreciate and they're going to be able to discern out the little touches that you have in your company that are different from the big corporate entities in the area and the hospital systems and the physician-owned practices. They're going to appreciate if you do something a little bit different. They're going to appreciate if you make a video of them doing their exercises and share that with them. For them to do at home, or like we have the exercise card system, or we have things posted in our waiting room that I'm sure no other PT practices, at least in our area, if not the state or even the country, are doing. So they're going to appreciate all those little touches a lot more so than somebody who doesn't have that discernment, who's not a small business owner, who's a state employee or a federal employee or works in a large corporation. Like, they're going to be blind to that. That's my quick take on it. Sorry if I offended you, but it's just reality about what we're looking at and what we're looking for. There also, when there is an offer, which you should be offering your past patients something every single month, whether it's a free book, free report, access to a video, DVD, free screening, discounted appointment, if it's a cash pay situation, discounted wellness program, whatever that is, there should be some sort of offer that you're making to your past patients every single month. Mavens are the first to respond. The other thing is they are first to act on almost everything, and that includes paying you. So they're going to appreciate your setup, your business model more. They're going to take your advice and listen to your advice and act on it, and they're going to pay you. They're not going to have a 4-year no interest payment plan on their $200 copay bill. They're going to pay you up front. So really key. And I said, do you do something specifically for that type of person? And he said, absolutely. And then that spawned the question, well, how do we find more Mavens? So that was key point number one, takeaway from the Dan Kennedy workshop. I will be sharing through other points through next week as well on what I learned. So get yourself surrounded by some great mentors, and invest a little bit into learning what other people are doing, even if it's in other industries. You can read a book, you can research online, you can go to a seminar, you can do a whole lot of different things, watch an iPod or a podcast. But that was a big point number one, which is who are the Mavens and how do we find more of them. See you tomorrow.